We're going to take another look at the 2025 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on 5-star defensive lineman Elijah Griffin. We're going to look at his highlights. We're going to look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're talking about the 2024 and 2025 recruiting classes every single day this offseason. And you need to know what your players look like before they hit the field. But here's his 24/7 Sports player profile page. If you're here for just the highlights, fast forward a few minutes, you'll get there. But we're ranked as the top defensive lineman in the 2025 class. We're a 5-star prospect. We're crystal balled to Georgia, 6'5", 285. So we got some size there. We got another year to get under our belt. Remember that. But what you want to note here, we got 40 offers. That means college football wants him. Everybody's sending him offers saying, hey, we want you on our team. We're interested in you. What do you think? Because we think you're good at football. And I got a scale. If you got 20 offers, that's good. 30 or so, that's great. 40, more than 40, pushing 40, that's elite. It's anecdotal, but it's a trend I've noticed from looking at these profiles every single day. Because look to the left here. Top tier Power 5 schools, Georgia, Miami, USC, Alabama, Arkansas, many more on top of that. That lets us know by the market that, hey, this guy's good. That is a scale that I use, and people are involved, but it's more like a market of people instead of just a 5-star rating that you don't always trust or the rankings that you don't 100% trust. I can kind of get behind this, and there's logic behind it. It's anecdotal, but if you measured out hit rates, they'll be somewhere in those ranges. That being said, when we look at the scouting report here, a large athletic defensive lineman with exceptional get off at the stage in his development. Checked in at the National Combine back in January of 2022, 6'3.5", and a compact 270. So he wasn't a sloppy 270. Tested well, showcased event, posting a respectable 5.1 end to 40-yard dash. That's at 270, remember. He's got good size adjusted athleticism. Also at that size, you know he's strong. You know he's got leverage, 6'3.5". We're going to see a guy that moves quick. 80-inch wingspan, 10-inch hands. This guy's probably going to get a lot bigger too. We're early in the process, remember. He's a junior going into his senior season. And we got a guy here that everybody wants. And then right there, puts Georgia, Clemson, Florida, some other schools as his top schools. USC trying to get him, Clemson, Florida, Miami. Crystal ball to Georgia. Going over here to On3 to his recruiting profile. You see his picture there. They got him at 6'4.5", 290. And he is rated as a 5-star with everybody. Top defensive lineman with everybody but rivals. Top 10 prospect with everybody. I say he's good. Everything's saying that he's good. South Carolina's trying to get him. Clemson, Alabama. Everybody wants him on their team. That being said, let's take a look at the highlights. Let's see what he's working with. We got 10 minutes of clips here. Should be fun because he's quick, he's fast, he's big, and we're young. First off, we're going to highlight everybody. We'll know after this play. Good get off there. He's quick. I had a good guess that was him due to the size difference. You saw him get underneath too, a good bend. Some speed there, good movement skills. Getting back there. Getting back there. Yeah, he's a 5-star. He's a 5-star. There he is. He shoots in there so quick. He's so quick. Whoever gets them is printing money. With defensive line and offensive line, I'm not going to lie, you just need a few seconds of tape. You just need a few seconds of tape because it's all about dominance. You should be ragdolling high schoolers if you're going to be going to these top-tier schools, and he's doing that. It should be so dominant that you do not get a gauge of the nuances of his play. It's just like that, straight to the point of attack, just killing plays left and right. Right in the gap. Let's see what happens here. Boom. Peels off quick. One thing you'll notice here is off the block. When he peels off of it, he's got a lot of snap in his step, allowing him to move laterally and cover a lot of ground quickly. He's very explosive. That explosiveness allows him to get out of the stance. Like right there. Like maneuvering around the body and still getting to the ball carrier so quick. Like the guy's barely into his first few steps there. And he's back there. And he had to maneuver around that. That's something you got to account for. There's some things, level of competition, like it's supposed to be dominant, but the little intangibles is what you want to look at. Because you're not going to see everything unless you look at 1v1s and all-star games or camps versus like top-tier offensive linemen at the high school level. But when you're looking at this, the intangibles, how quick, how fast, pad level, where's his feet with his hands, all that stuff. It's the utter dominance. One of the most dominant defensive linemen I've seen. One of the most dominant. Granted, we were not covering both sides of the ball in this channel for as long as we've been covering wide receivers and running backs, quarterbacks, and tight ends. But we've covered a lot of defensive linemen. We've covered a lot. It's documented on the channel. Again, now let's just talk about his size here in his frame. It looks good. It looks damn good. Good lower half. You can see upside with it where he can add more mass. Nothing looks sloppy. That's why he's able to be so quick. And you think, well, yeah, he's a top-tier prospect. Covered, like 30, 40 defensive linemen when you're looking at edges, interior guys. Some of those guys need some work. He needs, like, everybody needs work going from the high school to the college level, but he's steps ahead of those dudes. And that's what separates him from those dudes and why he's got the 5-star rating, why he's got the quickness and burst. One is natural, but also, too, he works on himself, and he doesn't let himself go. He keeps rolling. He's quick. You get what I'm saying? He's got fast hands. Fast, strong hands. He'd be nightmare wrestling. And all I'm doing is just listing out all the intangibles I just see. I feel like there's some plays where he's 96 and some plays where he's 95. And it's thrown me off. Getting low. There we go. We get back there. It always throws me off when you highlight the whole defense. There you are. He's a nasty player. So if he goes to Georgia, he's going to compete for a spot. He's going to move up that depth chart pretty quick. They get a lot of stud players. If I was him, I would be just looking for a spot where I can play soon. Because you're ready. You're ready. I just showcase your goods. It's 2024. People are going to find you. It's not like you got to be at the top program to get drafted. The goal is to get drafted. Scouts are going to know. Like, there's YouTube channels just talking prospects up every day. They're going to find you if you're dominant. Just go somewhere that's Power 5 that you feel like you can start soon. Because you got the goods now. That, if you're watching this video, which you might be, get a lot of players and parents. That would be my recommendation because you're good. You're good. You're ready. You're ready. You got the speed. You're going to build on top of this. I already see it. You're good to go. You got a lot of gusto in your game. You're good off the edge. You're good. You're good. You got the speed. Hands, you got good bend. See that? See the rip? Very assertive, very aggressive. Utter dominance. We're going to have another year. That we'll see that. Now we're going to get off that and make the play. Watch this. It's right there. Look at him. Chase him down like a gazelle. Remember, he's 270-ish. Probably bigger. In season, players drop weight because it's a grind. That's just part of it. But still, he's a big dude. He's pushing it. He gets back there. He gets back there quick. He's assertive. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Doesn't matter how much trash is in front of him. He maneuvers it or gets through it. Yeah, I could tell by the movement of that tackle, like he was going to get past him. I can now watch, like, the offensive lineman move in front of him. What the heck? That guy's too small. He's getting ate up. Granted, I'll say this, that for the size difference, they did okay there against a hoss like that. The long arms stand out. Look at that rump. Let's see here. 1-on-1. Bam! We get inside quick. Woo! Woo! There's a lot of other things I can't note because I've got the same information that I'm showing you. Like, I don't have extra stuff, like, from coaches and stuff. I don't know, like, how long he's on the field. I don't know if they're resting him and taking him out serious. Because I've been emailed by parents before saying, hey, sometimes my son's tired. I'm like, what? I don't know about that stuff. But I can tell you, this guy's quick. He's strong. He's smooth. He's crisp. He is. I gotta have to go back and look at the top of last year's class, 2024. Look at that. Look at that right there. The good peel off. He's one of the top ones there, too. Probably one of the better ones I've covered. It's kind of like a range in my head when I look at rankings and I say someone should be ranked here or there. Because I've covered so many players, I just know what a ranked player should look like dominance-wise and trait-wise. He's a top guy in a class. He's a top guy. He's a 5-star guy. That's what he is. That's what he is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's a big-time prospect. Odds are favorable that he's playing on Sundays. And why I'm saying that? Because of that speed and burst combined with the size, and we got another year of development before we even touch the high school level. The odds are favorable. I'm not saying he will. I'm saying favorable. Because if we keep building and stacking on this with development, look at this. There, boom. Quick mitts. We call him Quick Mitts. Because them hands are fast. Because literally all I do is sit here on camera and watch high school players. I talk fantasy football as well. I'm very good at both. Bam, gets underneath the pads. Bam, gets low. Did you see him slide off the pads, slide off the block, and then also get low on the tackle? That's that quickness, that's that bend, that's that mobility. There's like these little things that if you really, really look at the highlights and just pinpoint that out, you'll find stuff that's not on the scouting reports. You'll find stuff that you're like, oh, I see where that upside's at. Oh, man. We got a big-time prospect here. Of course, we knew that when we saw the 5 stars. We should expect that when we saw 40 offers. But the highlights matched it. He's dominant. And I cannot really give you a flaw. And if there is one, it's not here. It's not here, so I can't really give you one. But speed and quickness is there. On top of that, he's got a lot of pop off the step when he's working off the block or when he's coming out of his stance. He can stay low. If he has to work through your pad level, he'll do that with his hands. He'll get on that chest plate. He'll do what he wants. He's got the length there. Not just documented in the scouting report, but you'll see it on tape, him using it, and he does a good job. And he's so quick off the block. He's so disruptive. He's a guy that can be nasty. He's got a lot of size. He's dominant. But you can see some nuances there as well because he'll stay low. He'll use his arm rips. He's got a package there getting off at the line of scrimmage. You can put him on the outside a little bit. You can rock him in the interior. He's got a pass rush up the gut too. That's nasty. He manhandles guys, and he's very dominant. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think there. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.